What if you could become the ultimate desire of every woman you meet? What if your presence becomes irresistible for any woman and she would be ready to do anything for you? This sounds a little bit unrealistic, right? But believe me, it is 100% possible. The reason women might be ignoring you is that you are not aware of the masculine golden rules that can make any woman beg. But let's change that today. Learning about these rules and following them will wake up your inner masculine man, and your aura will be enough to pull any woman towards you. So stay with me as I uncover the 7 golden rules of self-discovery and mastery of seduction. Make sure you do not miss the last 2 important ones. Number 7. Show your value. Let's face it, we've all been there. You meet someone interesting, sparks fly, and then silence. Texts go unanswered, calls don't get returned, and you're left wondering what went wrong. Maybe you're a great guy, but for some reason, you're not making that lasting impression. The truth is, attraction isn't just about looks or cheesy pickup lines. It's about showcasing your value, the qualities that make you a truly great catch. To put it more clearly, you're at a party, chatting with a woman who's as funny as she is intelligent. You're having a blast. But then another guy swoops in, all charm and confidence. Suddenly, you feel a flicker of insecurity. What does he have that you don't? Here's the thing, confidence is key. It's not about arrogance, but about believing in yourself and your worth. When you walk into a room with your head held high and a genuine smile, people notice. You radiate a quiet magnetism that draws others in. So how do you build this confidence? It starts with self-discovery. What are you passionate about? What are your goals and dreams? Pursue them with enthusiasm. When you invest in yourself, it shows. Take that woodworking class, volunteer for a cause you care about, or finally start that blog you've been dreaming of. But value isn't just about passions. It's also about being reliable, trustworthy, and someone who keeps his word. Be the guy who shows up on time, the one his friends can count on. When you follow through on commitments, big or small, you demonstrate that you're a man of your word, someone dependable and worthy of respect. This dependability goes beyond just actions. It's about being emotionally stable, someone who can navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Nobody wants to be with someone who crumbles under pressure. When you present yourself in this manner in front of everyone, and you have a lot to display, from your looks to your achievements, you radiate an aura of a high-class, valuable man. So, work on your emotional intelligence, learn to communicate openly and honestly, and be there for the people you care about. When you show your value in these ways, you become someone truly magnetic, someone who stands out from the crowd in the best possible way. This genuine confidence is the foundation for any strong connection, and it all starts with believing in yourself and the amazing things you have to offer. Number 6. Avoid trying too hard. Did it ever occur to you on a date where you feel like you're juggling pins, desperately trying to impress her with every witty remark and forced anecdote, but still the conversation feels strained, the environment is tense, and the communication is empty, and by the end of the night you're left exhausted and wondering what went wrong? Here's the thing. Maybe you trying too hard was the main problem in the first place. Trying too hard is the ultimate turnoff. It screams insecurity and reeks of inauthenticity. The good news? Women are looking for a genuine connection, not a dazzling performance. So ditch the script and let your true self shine through. Think about it this way. Let's say you meet a woman who's passionate about rock climbing. You know nothing about it, but you spend the entire date peppering her with questions you Googled beforehand. It might seem impressive initially, but what happens when the conversation runs dry? It feels forced, and she picks up on the fakeness. Now, see the story the other way. You listen with genuine interest, and she talks about her latest climb, asking thoughtful questions that show you're engaged. You might even admit you've never climbed, but you'd love to hear more. This openness and authenticity are far more attractive. So the question is, how can you impress her while making sure you're not overpraising her or speaking unnecessarily? Do it this way. Whenever you are in her company, just take a deep breath and calm yourself down. Don't get too excited and stay relaxed. Think of it like you are sitting with your childhood buddy. It's okay to tell a story. It's okay to praise her when the time is right. And it's okay to stay silent when the situation demands it. Most times, just listening to her is more than enough for her. She can tell if you're actually interested in her conversation, and it can make you attractive for her. Another thing you should avoid is start agreeing with everything she says to impress her. Like, if she says you should change your hairstyle, don't start admitting it. Instead, calmly argue with her by saying something like, I feel more comfortable in this hairstyle. This sends a signal that you are a valuable man who defends his ideologies or your views on certain things. So, in short, stay real in her company and simply don't overdo anything. And if she still doesn't find interest in you, then you better stop trying anymore because it's going to be a losing situation for you anyway. Number 5. Give her space. One of the golden rules masculine and attractive men focus on is giving her the space she needs. It is okay to be caring, and spending time with her is fine. But let's admit it, we all have been there where we can't help but text her every 5 minutes. You want to spend every waking moment together, showering her with attention that feels more suffocating than sweet. Here's what you need to know. Giving attention is important, but every human needs a space or some time they want to spend with their family or hang out with their friends. Or maybe they just need some alone private time. This example will help you understand better about this. Imagine she is reading a book that you recommended to her. Now, that was a great idea to recommend a book, but as she gets deeper into the story of the book, you interrupt her and ask questions if she likes the book so far or not. A few moments after, when she gets her attention back on the book, you again bombard her with questions about that specific character or that twist in the story. Discussion between couples is healthy. However, when is trying to enjoy reading the book, you constantly interrupt her and she can't focus. This kind of behavior can annoy her and make you very unattractive to her. But if you let her finish a chapter or the whole book and then ask if she liked it or not, then the story would be very different. She would be willing to talk about the book, and this will help you build a stronger bond with her. Now, coming to the main question, how can you learn to give her the space she needs? Let her know you're interested, but don't bombard her with messages. Respect her time and interests. If she mentions she has plans with friends, don't guilt trip her into canceling. Trust that she enjoys her own life, and that makes her even more interesting. This space allows her to miss you, to crave your company, and ultimately to appreciate you more. Number 4. Make her a little jealous. We all have so-called expert friends who give us advice on not to make her feel jealous, right? Well, this idea might be a little outdated in the modern days. The masculine men know that sometimes it is important to make her feel a little jealous without overdoing it. Why is this approach important? Well, you want to show her that you are a desirable catch, but if she doesn't give you the proper attention, she might lose you. When a woman senses that she might lose your attention or affection to someone else, it can ignite a desire within her to seek more of your time and attention. A real-life example will clarify how you can do it effectively. Let's say you have a party set up by your office. When you tell her about the party and tell her to go with him, you also mention the other female colleagues that will be joining the party too. At the party, when everyone is present, you simply excuse her for some time and go directly to those female colleagues. When you do it, make sure she's watching you. You greet those females, have a discussion with them, and crack jokes that make everyone laugh. This situation can make her feel very jealous, and she will feel like she needs to give you more attention or you might slip away from her hands. Now, as you both come back home, she may ask questions that involve those female colleagues. Just answer her casually that it was just like an everyday meetup. Sensing the danger, she will start to regard you more. So how can you do it in your everyday life? Just regularly mention other women from the office, gym, or any social group to her. Accept compliments from others in front of her. Always stay confident in you, making her feel like you can always replace her if things come to the extreme. However, despite all that, balance is key. Overdoing it can do the opposite, and she might start to feel like you don't care for her at all, and this can cause you to lose her. So making her jealous a little bit once in a while is good, but never overdo it. Number 3. Flirt and show interest. Okay, let's move on to the fun part, flirting and showing interest. It's not about cheesy pickup lines or forced compliments. It's about creating a genuine connection that leaves her wanting more. Flirting can send a wrong signal, but if done rightly, it can do wonders. Let's create a scenario for clarity. You're browsing the travel section, lost in dreams of exotic destinations. A woman reaches for the same travel guide you're eyeing. Instead of an awkward standoff, smile and say, "Great choice. I've been wanting to check this place out. Have you ever been?" This playful banter opens the door to conversation. If she has been, listen to her stories with genuine interest. If not, maybe suggest grabbing a coffee to chat about dream travel destinations and swap recommendations. Now, you might say, women don't really come to you all the time. You are right. So how do you approach her in a positive way? Consider yourself at an exhibit, captivated by a particular painting. You overhear someone else saying something insightful about it. Instead of blurting out your own analysis, strike up a conversation. Hey, that was a really interesting point you made about the use of light. What else do you see in this piece? This shows you're interested in both the art and her perspective. As you chat, mention an artist you both seem to enjoy, and this way you can spark a conversation. Sometimes you don't have a medium to rely on for conversation. What if she's just sitting and listening to songs with headphones on? We'll start by making eye contact and smiling. After that, try to make a friendly gesture to get her attention. You could wave, nod, or even give a thumbs up to acknowledge her presence and show that you'd like to engage with her. You can also make an excuse to approach her. Maybe ask her for some help, like asking for directions and borrow a charger. If you both are at a wedding, ask her to pass on that dish. If you both are traveling, ask her to take some pictures of you. All you need is an excuse to initiate the conversation, and the rest will miraculously happen in flow. Number 2. Alternate between hot and cold. Alright, listen up guys. We've talked about playful flirting, but here's the thing. Nobody likes someone who clings on too desperately. Enter the art of the hot and cold approach. It's not about being mean. It's about sparking intrigue and keeping her guessing. What it means is that you show interest in her for some time and then pull back for some time. This intrigue will make her crave your presence. Let's say you meet her at your favorite coffee shop. You guys hit it off, chatting about that new band you both love. You got her number, the texts were flying, and you even scored a date. It went great. Laughter, conversation, the whole package. But then, your schedule gets hectic with work deadlines. Don't sweat it. This is your chance to play it cool while still showing interest. Tell her how much you wanted to take her on a date, but that surprise meeting ruined everything. And then plan another date where you both can be available. This sends a signal that you are genuinely interested in her despite your busy routine. So, what is the right way to do it? Instead of daily texts that might feel overwhelming, send a thoughtful message every few days. Maybe it's a funny meme related to something you talked about or an inside joke from your date. This keeps you on her mind without being clingy. The key is quality over quantity. When you do text, make it engaging. Ask a question about her day. Share a cool event you're going to, or even a simple, thinking about that new band we talked about. Gotta check out their latest album. This shows you're interested, but not glued to your phone. This hot and cold approach creates a sense of intrigue, leaving her wanting to know more about the exciting guy who texts her funny memes and also seems to have a jam-packed life. It's a win-win. Number 1. Actively listen to her. Alright guys, last but not least, active listening. This might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many conversations fizzle out because one person is too busy waiting for their turn to talk instead of truly listening. When you're actively listening to a woman, you show her you genuinely care about what she has to say. And trust us, that's a major turn on. This scenario will help you understand how listening to a woman can melt her heart for you. Let's say you meet an incredible woman volunteering at the animal shelter. She's the one with the giant heart, and her eyes lit up when she talked about the rescued kittens or other animals. Here's your chance to be a champion listener. Don't just stand there nodding politely while you plan your witty reply. Make eye contact, ask follow-up questions, and lean in to show you're engaged. If she mentions a funny story from her childhood, ask her to elaborate. This shows you're interested in getting to know the real her, not just a surface-level conversation. If she is upset about something, then listening becomes the most powerful to get her close to you. Let's say she had a bad day at the office. When she tells you about her day, listen to the whole story with attention. Don't brush it off or make fun of anything. If you say something, she can interpret it in a wrong way even if your intentions are clear. So, simply listening is the best option there is in such situations. After she is done telling everything, only then you can tell some words to comfort her. Here are some tips you need to follow to effectively listen to her. Active listening is more than just words. It's about body language too. Put your phone away, ditch the distractions, and focus on her. A genuine smile and a slight head tilt shows you're completely present. Remember the details she mentions, maybe a favorite book or a dream vacation spot. Later, surprise her by mentioning it. Hey, I saw that book you recommended at the bookstore the other day. These moments show you were paying attention, and that makes all the difference. By active listening, you create a safe space for her to share her thoughts and feelings. Remember, these golden rules aren't about mind games or manipulation. It's about showcasing your confidence, being genuinely interested, and creating a connection that goes beyond the superficial. Challenge her a little. Flirt and show your interest. Keep things exciting with a touch of hot and cold. And most importantly, listen to her. When you actively listen, you show her you value her thoughts and feelings. By putting these ideas into practice, you'll be well on your way to sparking genuine connections and maybe even finding yourself being the one who gets chased after for a change. Now go out there, be your best self, and remember, confidence is key. Before you go, let us know what your thoughts are on this video. Share your insights in the comments so that other people may learn from you. Also, if you find it informative, hit the like and subscribe button to stay updated with more educational videos on relationships and romance.